Yeah, so I'm Allyson Sveda, and I'm Executive Director of Family Guidance, and it's located right here in Pittsburgh. So nice to see all of you again. We've had a very busy year. We've had some staff leave, and that's been an extra, made it extra challenging for 2023. So when Claudia was talking about people leaving, I thought, oh, I get that. But I am really happy to say we hired a new mentoring position. We have two programs at Family Guidance. One is a mentoring program where we work with children ages 7 to 17. And the other is we have it's called Promise Camp, and it's actually 112 acres. It's not too far from the Pittsburgh airport, believe it or not. But that again serves that same population, historically underserved children, 90% at or below the poverty line, 80% single parent homes, historically underserved kids. So we have hired a new mentoring position. So his name is Matt. I work with two people named Matt. I have a camp director named Matt, and now I have a mentoring person named Matt. So I don't know how I'm going to figure them out between the two of them. But Matt is new Matt. So mentoring Matt started on Monday, and he's going to be director of mentoring partnerships and evaluation. And this is a new role. Our director of mentoring left in the fall, and we took it as an opportunity to just sort of rethink that position and what would work well. So Matt's going to be proactive, going out to churches and community groups that are interested in learning more about mentoring, and trying to basically have people sign up and raise their hands and say, I'm interested in learning more about mentoring. Because mentoring is really a calling. And we do ask for at least a 1-year commitment from people. So it's really important. We do a good job in training, but Matt has a training background, so I think he's going to help us be better at that, and continually supporting the mentors that work with all the kids. So that's been a real exciting thing, having him just even start on Monday. He's already asking really great questions, so we're pleased to have him. And Promise Camp is going to be set here. We're going to have 6 sessions coming up this summer, and we had a huge praise, a big answer to prayer. Last year we had a waiting list of about 38 kids. And majority of those, almost 3/4 of them, were little boys that wanted to come to camp. And unfortunately, we were unable to accommodate them because we did not have male counselors. And being the mother of 2 boys, I can say this, boys are always a little late to the party for, getting things organized and set up. And that's what happened with male counselors. They just, wouldn't commit, or it didn't work out. So we had a lot of prayer around that, and we're really excited. We think for the first time, maybe since Promise Camp, like maybe since, I don't know, the 80s, we have a full slate of guys. In fact, we might have 1 or 2 extra. So we're going to be able to not turn away boys and young men that are looking to come to camp because of not having male counselors. So that is a huge praise for us, and we're very, very excited about that. We had a board meeting on Monday, and everyone was celebrating the fact that the recruiting has gone so well, especially for the college age guys joining us. So we're thrilled about that. We also continue to have a number of the counselors that have been returning with us, and some of them actually for a 3rd year, which we are thrilled to pieces about. It really is a special environment that we've established. We have one young man who's coming back for year number 3, and he actually is forgoing permanent employment. He told his potential employer, hey, I know you want me to start in June, but there's somewhere that I have to be. So he's deferring employment until the Promise Camp season is over. And we have another young lady who actually was offered a study program at Oxford, and She is actually working with Oxford to delay her enrollment so that she can come and be a counselor at Promise Camp. So we are really encouraged about that, and so excited to have the kids back there. It's much better at Promise Camp when the kids are there. But we had another praise we had was we had a very large fundraising dinner this April in downtown Pittsburgh, and it was very well received. And our program was a young lady who was actually mentored as a child by Family Guidance between the ages of 11 and 13. She had a mentor. Unlike most of our kids that we serve, she was raised by her dad. Her mother was and still continues to be a drug addict. And this young woman's name is Libya. And Libya was raised by her dad. And something happened along the way. She's never shared, but she ended up having to live with her mother when she was like middle school, high school years, I guess I would say. And her dad actually ended up passing away. But so she had a mentor, and that mentor had such a huge effect on her life, even just those 2 years. So we invited her to come and share. And this young lady gave a very powerful presentation. I had to have my tissues at the podium because it was really good. She shared how much this mentor had meant to her, and Libya as her name, as I said. She has now been married for 10 years. She married her high school sweetheart. They have 5 children, and 3 of them are being mentored by Family Guidance mentors. The other 2 are too little. They're not yet 7 years old, so they'll be future ones. But she said that society didn't write her story, and she has now become addicted to. She says, "I'm addicted to education," and she is actually now currently pursuing her PhD. So she was an extraordinary person to have and come and talk about Family Guidance. Like I said, there wasn't really a dry eye. And the really fun thing we did was her mentor from all those years ago, and she has still kept in communication, which is wonderful. And unfortunately, this woman had moved from the Pittsburgh area down to Alabama. So it's not local anymore. But we reached out to her, and she made the drive from Alabama to Pittsburgh to surprise Libya at our event. So she had just had surgery, and I don't know, it took her like 5 days to drive up from Alabama because she had to get out of the car and, walk around. So I guess she didn't get blood clots or whatever. And so she came, and Libya did an amazing presentation. And meanwhile, behind the drapery, Miss Lee is her name. Miss Lee was listening to everything, and she came out. We introduced her and truly had a surprise. You don't get to surprise someone truly very often, and it was a wonderful surprise. And it was just joyous to see them together in that wonderful bond that they've shared. And I think it spoke to the people that were guests that. We have some mentor matches that last maybe 10 years, which is completely amazing and wonderful. But Libya had a mentor for 2 years. I mean, I think that's that's amazing. But I think sometimes our mentors feel like, well, I only was a mentor for a couple years. Didn't go for 10 years. What did I do for that person? And I think this shows that you don't have to be a mentor for from 3rd grade the whole way up through high school, that you can have an impact on a child by sharing the gift of yourself, being a listening ear, and, sharing the gospel with them. You can create a lifelong impact on that person. And Libya clearly spoke to that. So it was joyous. And I don't know what else you want to know. Claudia was talking about her kids in college, and next week we're going to celebrate the college graduation of our younger son. So I guess he made it. He took his last final today.
Yay.
So that's what's going on here.
That's a really super powerful testimony. I'm sorry I missed it. I really wanted to be there, but leaving for Africa the next morning, it just
I know you were.
for me to, thanks for that update.
Sure, thank you.
I see you briefly in church, but not enough time to get anything like that.
No, it was. Thank you. It was really great, and hopefully we'll get a lot of new mentors out of it.
Yeah, I know Emmanuel and Maddie are really excited to see if that's that local opportunity.
Yeah.
It's so cool that,
No, we're hopeful to get them to the training soon. And I think we're still waiting on what Paul's referring to is we had a situation come up just basically in the neighborhood of Memorial Park that a family has had a lot of trauma, family of 8 kids. We have a young man and a young girl that needed a mentor. And I think the girl has agreed to it, but the boy, Kathleen wants them to meet Manny, and maybe he'll be excited about getting to know him.
Manny having a former basketball scholarship may be the ticket of, hey, we just want to play some ball together.
Exactly.
Right? He's a tall kid, right? And so
exactly. So hopefully they can get to training, and then we can set up that conversation that hopefully it'll work.
Amen.
But thank you for pursuing that.
He's really excited about it, and so is she. So
good.
We'll see. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. That was definitely a sort of an emergency situation. So thank you.